Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you irreplaceable you. What do you think, Colin?
Come on down. Oh, absolutely.
Could I be a guy right there?
You could be right there.
And senior program that for seniors, a musical program.
Right, and now is even an appropriate song choice.
And that's even without a company. Just think if we had a 23-piece orchestra backing me up. It'd be a whole new deal for me. We have a very interesting guest to talk about a very interesting program on this edition of Bob Carroll and Friends. It's Colin Ross, and he wants to talk about the Senior Music Performance Program, which I understand has started out kind of slow and come to fruition and now is a very important part of our community.
Well, it's been a real successful little program. We started it out about a little over a year ago. Our first performance was Valentine's Day last year, and we did that at the Senior Center on Sutro. Mm-hmm. And it was really well attended, and we had a great time, and they thought, well, maybe we should make this an ongoing deal. So the city of Reno wrote a grant for me to turn it into an ongoing program, and it's been wildly successful. Now,
you are a professional musician.
That's correct.
And how did you bring the idea of this to the city of Reno?
Well, the way this started was Lana in the Art Town office thought it would be interesting to do a senior music workshop because she'd seen me do the workshop for Art Town every year with the kids. And I do a series of rehearsals that culminate in a performance with the kids that's usually really fun. And she thought that was a good idea for seniors. So I wrote an individual artist grant to the Nevada Arts Council, and we put on a pilot program to see how it would go. And it was well attended and very successful. So the city of Reno wrote a program, and now it's an ongoing every Tuesday afternoon.
Every Tuesday afternoon?
Tuesday, 2 to 3:30.
And where's the venue?
Well, we're down at the community center on Neal Road.
Okay, yeah.
And they have
a park there.
That's right. They have a beautiful stage and a really nice facility, and we meet down there.
Who shows up? Who takes part? How do you recruit your singers, dancers? I would assume people maybe that do poetry. I don't know.
It's all music this time,
okay.
And anybody that wants to come on down, seniors of all ages. Technically, it's 55 and over.
Okay.
And I'm the only one who's not a senior in the whole gang. And I have a little backup band that I've recruited, and about 20 or so singers, between 20 and 40 singers. And it depends on...
You play the background music for an accompaniment?
I help a little bit. I have a wonderful lady that's come down and volunteered to accompany us, a fabulous professional musician named Nancy Barker. And I have a drummer named Jack Smoot, and I have Catherine Blankenship on bass. Mm-hmm. So we have a little rhythm section going there, and sometimes I'll play another keyboard or I'll play some guitar, but when it started out a smaller program, when I only had 9 or 10 people in it, I was accompanying myself and directing. But as we got up into the 20, 30, 40 people singing, I recruited an accompanist, and I pretty much just direct and conduct and tell stories and lies and try and make the hour and a half go by as fast as possible.
And have a bell like the old Major. Do you remember Major Bowes? Anybody remember Major Bowes and the amateur hour? This goes way back to the 30s, and they would knock you out. They would bell you off the stage if you were terrible.
No, this is grade school rules.
For the opening bit that I did, they'd give me the bell.
We go with grade school rules.
Oh, okay.
Keep your hands and your feet to yourself, and no booing. And everybody gets to participate.
That's fantastic. How many people show up to participate?
Well, for the Christmas show, we had 46 people on stage, and we had 208 people that were in the audience.
And do you charge an admission?
I think that one was $5, if I'm not mistaken, and our Veterans Day show was $10, and we had 180 people at that one, and I think we had 36 people on stage.
Colin, why is it important to keep the arts, music alive, and particularly in the senior community, in your opinion?
Well, there's a number of things. For me, this music is what I listen to. I always like your show, and I'm not just saying that because
I knew there was one person I didn't.
It's me. That's me. Yeah, no, that's me. That was me. I try and call in from different phones.
Yeah,
you know.
that's good. Yeah. Colin's
No.
on line 1 and on line 4 and on line 6.
That's right. No, I love that kind of music. That's what I like to play. I write a lot of my own music, and I love the music, especially 1926 to 42 is kind of my sweet spot in there.
Louis Armstrong.
And I love all that stuff, and that's the kind of music I enjoy playing. I think it's important as a part of American culture to keep that music and the way that it was originally made alive, which is, it's not all written out and under glass and in a museum, but people were spontaneous with that music, and that music had life and creativity and improvisation, and we try and keep that spirit of it alive. And there's a wide range of cognitive abilities in the group that I work with. There are people that are a lot sharper than I am that just happen to be old. And there's people that literally come in from the assisted living facilities and the memory care facilities that don't know their own family members. And they sing the songs and they remember the songs, and it's absolutely magic to watch it happen. And for the people that are still sharp as tacks, which is the majority of them, they just enjoy the act of singing, and they enjoy being there with their friends. And we don't do a lot of talking, we don't do a lot of correcting, we do a lot of singing. And we just get together and have a good time.
Have you seen people that were very, very shy in the beginning and really were uncertain about doing this, but then blossomed and became a regular part of the program?
Over and over. And another thing that happens every time I've done the little shows, every once in a while I'll give people an individual chance to either do a solo or shine in some way, and there's people that are very cautious about the whole thing during the rehearsals, and when it comes time to the show, they grab that microphone and they strut the stage and they introduce their song and they dedicate it and they talk, and you'd think they'd been entertainers their whole lives.
I thought they were in a Las Vegas nightclub showroom or something. Do you have instrumentalists too?
Yes, we do. We have, for the Christmas show, we had a flugelhorn player, bass, drums, guitar, and 2 keyboard players playing different sounds. And we always at least have bass, drums, keyboards, and guitar.
Now you say that people have to be 55 or older. Who is your oldest participant you've ever had?
80s? Oh no, we got quite a few in the 80s and 90s. There's a gal 96 that comes every single week from the Fountains. Edith comes every week from the Fountains, and she's 96. I think she might be the oldest one right now, and the oldest one that I've had in general was 104.
Really?
Yeah.
What's Edith's talent?
Edith sings.
She's a singer.
And she comes down and attends religiously. It's been really wonderful to have her. And I met her when I was playing a concert at the place where she lives. She lives at the Fountains. And I met her there many years ago. And
you go in and play piano and sing for the folks?
I do, yeah, I like that.
That's very popular at some of the senior facilities.
Oh, it's so fun. It's really fun.
What is your background, Colin? Musically?
I have a degree in classical piano performance, which plus I think it's $275 now will get you the small coffee. And I played in hotels and restaurants and fancy upscale resorts and that sort of thing in Seattle and Portland and Los Angeles. And then I moved to the Reno Tahoe area in '92, and I put in about 10 years in the casinos. I was the house guy at all the different places around here for a long, long time. And then about 5 years ago, I started doing my own original concerts and artist-in-residence stuff, and I record my own CDs, travel quite a bit in the West now. And I have 2 or 3 little places around town that I like to play that let me play whatever I like.
How can people get your CDs? Are they available?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm on iTunes and Amazon, iTunes, Amazon. You can come to my shows. You can go to colinrossmusic.com, and all my stuff is there, and my schedule of shows and all my CDs and videos and that sort of thing.
You know, you mentioned keeping this music alive, and it is important. That's what I try to do and have been trying to do that for about 20 years. To me, In the Mood will never be replaced. The Artie Shaw, the great Artie Shaw classic, Begin the Beguine, will never, it'll always be part of the music of America someplace, and I don't just mean America, but the world someplace. Those things are never going out of style, I don't think.
I think you're absolutely right, and a few years ago I went to a thing called California Brazil Camp, where they bring in a bunch of professional Brazilian musicians and they teach Brazilian music. And almost all the students were, like myself, professional musicians. Everybody was very accomplished for the most part. And there wasn't a lot of English spoken, it was mostly Portuguese. And they teach this very, very complicated, different kinds of Brazilian music. But one of the things that the Brazilian musicians all had in common, and these are some very, very advanced musicians, they all loved Cole Porter, they all loved Duke Ellington, they all know, you know, they all know Body and Soul, they all know In a Sentimental Mood and Night and Day and that kind of stuff.
So
and
for those youngsters to keep that.
And it's important for all of us, and I think it's important for it not just to become like vehicles for mathematical improvisation, but to keep the songs themselves alive, like the feelings of the lyrics and the original vibe of the music.
Right. And you know, I can think of music that I've played in the 50s when I actually started out the mid-50s, and there were some fairly good songs, but they're not the real I mean, I'm thinking like, I don't know, Leslie Gore, maybe you know that song, sure. It's My Party. Oh, that's never going to compare with an In the Mood. I mean, it's had its day, it's gone. And you know what? I find a lot of people who were in that era as teenagers have come back to the kind of music I'm playing now, sure. For lack of, you know, they say, well, I don't want to listen to that, It's My Party anymore.
I was never that big on my generation's pop music. Now, I'm not, you know, completely uninterested in it, but largely. And the first record that I ever bought in my life, I started collecting records, vinyl records, when I was 10, and the first record that I bought was Renaissance lute music. And the second record I bought was Bach violin concertos, but get this, the third one I bought was Woody Guthrie with Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee. And I'm lucky I work at all.
I was going to say, you are a strange musician. There's no question about it. All right, every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday, 2
time?
to 3:30.
2 to 3:30.
It's a barrel of fun.
You get out there and you have fun and you see people singing the old songs, and you can sing along, I'll bet, too.
Oh, yeah.
You have sing-along.
Oh, yeah, and the audiences sing along at the shows.
Colin Ross, thank you very much for being our guest.
I sure appreciate it.
Good luck to you in your professional career. We hope you continue to play around this area, and we hope you keep the seniors singing loudly in the great program that you've put together for them.
Thank you so much for your time. I sure appreciate it.
My pleasure. And listen to the music of America.
I do.
And Club 88. Okay. Thank you for watching, and join us next time when we have another informative programming. No singing, I promise.